But here we go. Finally, the little girl who kicked the key away from us and stepped on our hand. And this letter she's holding, I know she has a Mary letter, but I don't know yet if this is the James envelope she's holding or not.
Hey, it was you, wasn't it?
I don't know.
You're the one who stepped on my hand.
Maybe I did.
What's a little girl like you doing here anyway?
I don't know. What's a big dum-dum like you doing here anyway?
Hey, that's not very nice. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Oof. Yeah, that line cuts. I think James realized he overstepped.
None of your business. You didn't love Mary anyway.
What? Hey, wait! How do you know her name?
So I'm going to assume that Laura just knows James from pictures, you know, or maybe she saw him visit a few times before his like long absence, because there was a time where he didn't come visit Mary, and that's kind of where Laura, her resentment towards James is kind of built up, is that she's like, yeah, you never really came for her, so she has that attitude that because Mary was her friend and her friend felt sick and abandoned, and she kind of blames James for that. And she probably heard, you know, Mary vent from time to time, too, about James. There was I wouldn't call it a DLC. They didn't really call it DLCs back then, but when they re-released this on the Xbox, I think this was originally a PlayStation 2 game.
Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Could you really be here?
When they originally released this, I think it was a PS2 game, and then, like, sometime later, they released an Xbox version called Restless Dreams, and that's the one I'm more familiar with. Post ANEURYSM, that's the one I played, and that one had, like, this extra mode in it called Born from a Wish, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a hint at Maria and kind of her potential backstory. With this like little mansion place that she wakes up in, and her story kind of begins, kind of drifts out into the fog and starts getting confused, you know, about who she really is. And I think that leads to her to James, essentially.
Mary?
Not dressed like Mary. Different hairdo than Mary. But she has her face.
No.
Kinda.
Not.
She got the butterfly
like your girlfriend.
tattoo.
No, my late wife. I can't believe it. Your face, your voice, you could be...
My name is Maria. I don't look like a ghost, do I? See? Warm.
Sorry, I got confused.
Hey. Where are you going?
I need to find Mary.
So James mistook the word special, I believe, and that's what led him here. And the town figured he would, and that's why
3
Maria's
years
here.
ago, it's just... I got a letter
But I
from
think
her.
special means
A letter.
where the bad
I was
thing
young,
happened
I don't...
between James and Mary.
It's okay.
I think she's using special ironically.
What did the letter say?
Or in a jab kind of way. At least that's my interpretation, where it's like, you know, our
She said she
special
was
place
waiting for me.
where something, you know, that changed our
No
lives
special
happened.
place.
And that's here?
So James is meant to look like this, like, aloof guy where he's like, oh, I don't really
I haven't seen her.
remember where our special place is, you know?
Is this your only special place?
But it's because he's not ready to face what she means by special place.
I don't know anymore. There was
But you can tell there's like dots
something I just
trying to
can't
connect.
quite-
Even if his voice is conveying that too, the graphics, like
I
the
might
face,
know.
he's
I
like
mean,
he's looking off into the
there's
distance,
this one
trying to
place.
figure things out.
Not far from here.
What kind of place?
The kind two lovers might call special. I can show you if you want. Unless you have somewhere else to be. Something else to do. Hey, easy there. I'm just messing with you. Come on. It's this way.
You're coming with me? Can't you just tell me where it is?
You're just gonna leave me here? Alone? With all these monsters around?
No, I just...
Is it because I remind you of her?
We're going to talk about that line in a second about the monsters.
You loved her, didn't you? Didn't you?
All right, just... Come on.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
I love the music here too.
Come on, let's go.
So Maria here, she mentioned monsters. She's the first person to actually mention monsters specifically. And again, monsters can be a vague term, but I think the town needs her to, like, I think at this point, if she didn't mention monsters, part of James probably would have, it would have been a red flag of some kind. That's at least my assessment of it.
We're here.
And I think the town figured that could be it. So it said, all right, well,
Strange.
we have Maria now. So we can kind of get her to say,
I know.
the things we need to say, her to say.
It's not...
Unlike Eddie and Angela, where they're kind of trapped in this loop, and Laura, who's kind of free of, not a loop, I should say, but trapped in this nightmare, got caught with the loop, got caught playing to Rapida. But they're kind of caught in this nightmare, or their own nightmares. Laura is free of kind of a nightmare. She's just walking around a town, as far as she's concerned, looking for her friend. And James is in a nightmare. So I think Maria, because of the Born from a Wish...
What? I know, I just... Sorry, I'm just a bit preoccupied.
It's fine. You know, if there's anything you want to talk about, anything at all.
No. Let's just keep moving.
But so Maria, she's like very flirty. She's the opposite of Mary. She has Mary's face, but not exactly her body, like not exactly. And her hair is different, and it's because Maria is a character. We just never really get to meet the real her, unless they do the Born from a Wish thing at some point. But she, and again, this time you can go in the women's bathroom. It's the men's bathroom that's locked. Oh, okay. I thought it was the men's bathroom again. I was going to say, that's kind of interesting that it's just the men's bathroom you can go into again. So with
this place we're going to,
they're still
what
talking.
is it exactly?
It used to be kind of a special place for young couples in these parts. I think it's easier if I just show you.
But Maria has this backstory where it's heavily implied or pretty much says that she is an exotic dancer, and is obviously very flirty, very flirtatious, and she's very forward with James, and even though it's kind of rubbing him the wrong way, and the reason is because the town, or James's, psyche, is putting this filter on her face to make her face and her voice sound like Mary, or a very close facsimile of Mary. And it's freaking him out, obviously. But her attitude and her mannerisms and all that are definitely not Mary. So he's, processing that. And it's disconnecting him enough to not want to trust her.
By moral, upstanding folk. Common theme, I guess.
What do you mean?
In history,
Yeah, and this little side story thing to add with some of the statues and the lady on the lake with the lantern, who was cast out as a witch. Like, I feel like some of that's a little bit of a nod to like the history of Silent Hill in the movies, and maybe a little bit of the first game with Alessa, but then added to kind of fit into a weird parallel for Mary and Maria too. I think they did a good job. We'll see more of it later when we come back, and then we see like the big statue that we have to go to. So this part we're going to run around. I'm sorry, my voice cracked there. This part we're going to run around for a minute, because once we go to the hotel, we're going to activate, like the next portion of the game. But this is a chance for us to run around this town just a little bit, not a ton, but we're going to just get a little bit of a side quest thing going here, where we have to get a device to open up one of these doors over here to this building, this garage. So we have to run from one garage to another garage. But in this game, you'll see we're going to go to
James?
Oh.
Your wife, what was she like? Or is... Sorry, I'm not...
That's fine. Why do you ask?
Just curious.
I'm not sure I want to talk about it.
Oh, come on. You said we look alike. At least give me something.
Well, she liked to play the piano.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you're really that much alike.
Oh? I don't strike you as the pianist type?
Let's just leave it.
Sure, James.
So someone built a fort over here. So yes, Maria is a dancer. She works at a club. We're going to see that later on in the game. If we're also going to get a hint at the house / mansion place that she was in Born from a Wish. They do a little reference to that in this version to acknowledge, like, hey, it does exist. That story still kind of counts in a way, and it matters to Maria. In that game, I believe she just wakes up in this house, and then she hears this voice on the other side of a door that's telling her to do some things, and she carries out what's being asked of her, but it does lead to a revelation in a way, and then a disconnect of her, and then she kind of just wanders out of the house and towards Rosemary Park on a mission, unbeknownst to her, to be where she needs to be for James when he arrives.
Just bear with me, okay?
Whatever you say, big man.
Here it is. It's right here. And we just activated. That thing's starting to miss, huh? I think it's because it aimed at the roach on the ground. There we go. Come on, guys. Get away from Maria, because I don't want to accidentally stab her. There we go. Okay. Oh. Got him. This is a reference here. Check this out.
What is it?
Nothing. Just deja vu.
And see, she has the deja vu this time. James didn't even realize. But that's the back exit of the bowling alley, I believe. So so we're gonna try to head there. See if it'll let us go in. But in the original game, you came out that way and entered the back or entered that street out that way. And in this version, look at that.
You know, you can wait outside if you want. I'll just look around the place.
Why would I want to wait outside?
Yeah.
I thought you might not want to.
James, if you don't want me around anymore, you can just say it.
No, it's not that. Just a stray thought.
Yeah, it's weird. So he's kind of remembering the first game a little bit there. With that reference. Because in the original, when you come in here, you actually run into Eddie. And Eddie's like eating pizza, I think. But there was, I can't remember if something happens with Maria getting scared or something. I can't remember that much. But that's just a reference of like, hey, you can wait out here if you want. Maybe it's because that's what happened in the original. Maybe she waited out in the back alley area. I can't remember, to be honest with you. The rack on lane 3, there's a cloth clogging the hood, and I can't pull it out. What is that crap? Balls are getting stuck. It's blocked. I can't. Okay. So that's probably where the password is, too, because we are looking for a password to the keypad. Right. Let's go check it out. And then also let's check, where is it at? Here it is. Another, boom, leftovers, trophy earned.
Who could just sit here and eat pizza?
So that's where Eddie was in the previous Silent Hill 2. So that's kind of the thing with the game. It's like you can explore and do side stuff and things like that, but you're going to run into, this.
I'm all for taking the scenic route, but we're not getting any closer to where we want to be, just so you know. This road actually leads out of town.
Blocked.
Yeah, has been for a while.
You know what's in there?
Not sure. I'm not even sure when was the last time anyone came inside.
So in the original game, you could see where we are way up there. You could actually just keep going, I think. I think you ran for a long way in the original. I think. I mean, I could be misremembering.
Oh,
check this out.
Did the monsters get him?
It's another James.
Doesn't make much difference now.
I can leave by not leaving. I can only leave by not leaving. The deal is done. He said he left it for me where they once were, 1887. Oh, I think that's the password to the bowling alley thing. And then look, the road is blocked off. So what you just heard, plop plop, is 2 enemies fell from the sky. Check this out. Boom. Just fell right from the sky. Yeah, again. Gotta make sure they stay down. But yeah, they just plop, plop. What is that? What does that go to? Rusted key. I didn't acquire it, nor will I be able to do so. However, I can direct you to where it is. You will find it in a place of care, an island of respite in a sea of suffering. I warned you before, this is a commitment. I hope you can see this now. What did I just do? Rusted key. It feels like it does not belong here. Smells of blood. Can it mix with that? No. What is that? I don't think I remember getting that the first time I played this. Okay.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Yeah, it's fine. Just give me a minute.
Go. Come on in.
So, anything good in here?
As
Find
good
out.
as it gets.
We got a lot of health. And bullets. And syringes. Another photo. I gotta try to get all those. I gotta look up like a guide of where they are, because like I said, I think my first playthrough I missed like 5 maybe. So I doubt I'm gonna. And I think I found one new one in this playthrough, but I don't think I'm gonna find all of them. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try, but the layoffs reported on last month are continuing. Over 10 people have been let go. Brookhaven is a hospital with a long history, established in 1810. And I like these articles because they're not really giving you anything that's like pertinent to James so much, but just that world building of, you know, where you are, you know, so you don't have like a complete confusion of like what Silent Hill is. Like I kind of like that. It was at Raccoon City and Resident Evil 3. They did that in Nemesis, the original one. They added these files in that, and in 2 a little bit as well, that just talk about the history of the town and why, you know, their mayor was like obsessed with puzzles and why there was like these little weird things that were around town that you can interact with. And I just thought that was like, okay, it adds something. It makes you feel for the place that you're walking around in, you know, a little bit more than it just being like, oh, it's just buildings. You know, it's like any town. It's more than just buildings. All right, finally, Jack's in. All right. So there's a couple places we can
You ever stayed in a
investigate here.
place like this? The walls are so thin, you can hear everything. Love, hate, jealousy.
Oh, there's another passcode thing. Anyone needs anything? I'm fixing the pipes at 107. I wonder if... nope. Couldn't get that lucky. But also, why would it work? I like hearing that little pluck of the guitar.
Cozy.
This room.
Yeah, this is where we were
Something wrong with it.
in the original game, I think.
I think we should leave.
Oh, loosen up, James. It sure beats running around with those monsters out there.
See, and again, she
Not so sure.
specifically mentions monsters. This inn is also in Silent Hill 3, I believe. And Vincent, I think, is in there talking to Heather. I don't know if it's that specific room. I can't remember. Maybe that's the room, and it's a reference to 3. Or that's the room we were in the original Silent Hill 2.
Again?
Yeah, again. So,
Can you let me in?
this is cool. If you let her in, you will get an extra scene here where she makes a reference to the original Silent Hill 2.
Why, thank you, good sir.
Kind of neat. So she's going to go through the closet while we go through this new hole in the wall we just made. Here we go. One less, 3, one more. So that means 0, 4, 8, but 3 less, that's 5. So 0, 8, 5, I'm sorry, 0, 4, 5, 1. Cool. Crazy way to write down a password. 0, 4, 5, 1. So check this out. She's holding it already.
Hey, you think I'd look good in this one?
So that's her original outfit from Silent Hill 2. People got mad that they changed her costume because kind of the point of Maria is that
Not
she's
quite the ringing endorsement, but
a more openly sexual
take it.
being than Mary was. And that costume reflected that, or that outfit reflected that. This one that she's wearing kind of still reflects it a little bit, just without, showing off her stomach and other things, and more skin. But I don't know, that didn't upset me because her characterization of Maria is still pretty spot on to Maria. All right, so we said, 0, 5, no, I'm sorry, 0, 4, 5.
Okay, I'm fine.
You're good? Alright. Jeez. Oh yeah, and it came through this door. I remember her being attacked. I was like, I don't know if it happens now or at the gate. But we did it.
Yeah. So am I.
Alright, so we are going to go ahead and save. I'm going to heal up first.
James? Is everything alright?
I like that reference where James is literally going into a place in his mind in a meta way to save. So he could,
It's like you froze for a second.
transfer his, memories of what he's done so far into this page. But I don't think Maria sees that page there. So it just, it's like a weird meta, non-meta thing happening.
So that's what it was for.
And this is where things get nuts. The storm. Oh, first we see the mansion. So
Down this way.
actually that mansion I was just talking about a few minutes ago, we're about to interact with it. Let's grab a few things first. And then we'll head over to the entrance, and you'll see like Maria kind of has this reaction to this building here, and you can see how close it is to Rosemary Park or whatever it was called, Rosewood Park. She stumbles out of this house and just kind of wanders through the inn, presumably, and over to the park. But see, like, we'll walk here, and she will stop out at the door. She won't come in. White chrism. Oh, that's interesting. Is that...
That liquid. What is that?
I don't know. I don't remember it being there the first playthrough. White Claudia was the name of the drug in Silent Hill 1. And then you meet Claudia. Turns out she's a person in Silent Hill 3. So I wonder if that's a reference / retcon, if it's white chrism now.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
this
see?
place.
So the door's open because she wandered
gives
out of
me
it,
the
presumably.
creeps. I'm not sure why.
So,
You
but
ever
when
been
she
inside?
starts this,
I-
you know, and she's still Maria, but when she
Sure.
started in the
This
house, she
feels
was
familiar
more Maria.
somehow.
But then
Like
once she meets James, she starts
bad
getting to the
memory.
idea that she could be
It's
some kind
nothing,
of
really.
replacement, you know, in a way. Like I don't know if she loves James. I think she's just kind of like, hey, it's a guy. He's nice looking. He's here. He seems to have a good heart. He's looking for his wife, and you know, there's attributes about James that she probably sees in some of her regular customers or guests or, you know, people she interacts with her job, but then also sees like maybe something that she likes. Maybe there's something dark about him that she likes, you know. So she kind of gravitates towards him. And I think at a certain point she wants to be, you know, a replacement for Mary. And that's kind of part of her journey as a, you know, as whatever, you know, this town either has done to her or psychologically she's gone through with maybe attachment issues or whatever. Like she's experiencing a lot too. And she decides to go down that path of, you know, clinging to James. She sees he needs a void filled, and she wants to be the one to fill that void, kind of like she probably did when she entertained, you know, people at her work, where they come and they're just like, I just want to get away from the day, or I want to get away from my wife or my kids, or, you know, I want to drink or be with my buddies, or whatever void they're trying to fill that led them to her dance club. She probably is naturally just wants to be like that with James
So,
and help out
James,
in her own way.
3 years. That's a long time. What will you tell her if, when you find her?
That I love her.
Oh, then. Lucky her.
What's that supposed to mean?
What is that supposed to mean?
Like I said, 3 years is a long time.
Well, the 3 years thing is interesting because that's a little bit of a miscommunication. Like James is not a reliable narrator, if you want to say that. Um, but we'll learn that, you know, as the game progresses. All right, so there's apparently a yard on this side of the road that has a white fence with a dog on it. Look. Oh, shit. I didn't even think to go through it. I did see this earlier. Alright, so, yeah, go through the door and pick that up. What the living what? Dude, I didn't know we could actually go into a backyard. That's cool. So, let's pull that up. Look at that. You can combine that with that now. We got that. Wait, where's the... Oh, there's the rusted key. I don't know what that's for yet. But it combines with something, so... Alright, so we... And where was the bullets? So we ran right past this earlier. That's what we did. We ran around that and came up this here. And I think I walked over here and just kind of just did this. And then left. I don't even know if I saw the dog bone on the gate. Alright. Let's continue. Oh, here we go.
Strange.
Yeah, how roads just keep disappearing?
This should not be here.
Well, it is. So, what now?
Now we look for another way.
Dodoy.
What?
James?
Go. Oh, can we not get back out there now? Darn. Oh, cool, okay. So we got rid of the board with the nail in it.
They're coming.
Stay close.
Ow. Wow, those guys got me good, huh? Can I get my board back? No, I guess not. Yeah, I probably used too many bullets for that, but that's okay. They deserved it. So yeah, see, now the... Oh. Yeah, we're probably going to go through a lot of bullets in this area. I'll try to chainsaw. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this has multiple paths we can take. I usually end up taking all of them because I like exploring. So we're gonna walk around and kill every enemy that there is to kill. It's loud, Maria. Don't worry, we're gonna get through this. Oh, behind here? Yep. I was like, I think I remember there being like even more than what we encountered, but I was like, I think there's more things out in this yard somewhere. And sure as anything, just a little pair of legs back there. Alright, so we're gonna push this out of the way. Any legs over here? No? Ooh, probably in here. What the hell? How did she get in there? That scared me, actually. I think this is the last yard.
Over there.
Yep, it is. But there's legs somewhere out here. Yep. Oh, dude. Oh, they're doing the kick thing. Oh, and you can't even see it. Dang it, I promised Sky we would get that. You couldn't even see it. Camera kind of boned us on that one. Oh. Hello there. Alright, we are done. And now the fog dissipates a bit or de-escalates, goes back to normal. Keep door closed. She knows where we're at. He does not. See the butterfly? So butterflies, obviously, most people know this, that they're a symbol of rebirth. And that's kind of fitting for Maria in a way because I think she was looking to maybe change her life a little bit on some level. It's the impression I kind of got from Born from a Wish. And I feel like because she now sees this opportunity to reinvent herself, and be married to James, like James, be the person James looking for. James looking for like a nice, wholesome wife type, and I think there's a little bit of that there maybe with Maria, who's like, oh, I can be that. I don't have to be this bug. I can blossom into something that somebody loves, truly loves, and is beautiful inside and out, and there might be like self-worth issues with Maria, and maybe that's why she's more susceptible to this path she's gonna choose or what she represents. Because I don't know if the town essentially manifested her from nothing, but maybe. I mean, that's Born from a Wish kind of implies that too, so she might not have been a person, but I feel like she has this backstory, so she must have been. And then the Mary part is the stuff that the town is imprinting on her, but really just through the eyes of James. Because I think Laura, sees Maria once and doesn't go like, oh my God, you look just like Mary. But they also intentionally keep Laura and Maria away from each other, intentionally, probably for that reason. So she went in there to, I don't know, change or something. There we go. And me being nosy, I don't care that she's changing. I just want to go in that room and see if there's any cool, like, trinkets or anything in there. It's like, yeah, she could be behind a wall and change there. And if I could just inspect part of the room. That's just how I am, though. Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Dead Space, all these games. It's like, I like to just explore everything. But so she went in there. She's in that room there. But the lights come on and they bring you out here. And we are at her job. That's why she had a key. Heaven's Night. I like the contrast in the title of this place. Heaven's Night. You don't think about heaven even having a nighttime, probably.
Maria?
it also sounds like a great name for a adult club, you know. Work it, girl. Again, she's just messing with him though.
What?
She's still being
Come
flirty.
on, don't give me that look.
Um,
I was just kidding.
yeah.
What is
She,
this? Is this a special place you met?
see, to her, this was a lot of guys' special places, but she knew
Just
that,
have to go through and out the front.
you know.
Then again, now that we're here,
Dream. I like how that's just positioned right behind
can
her.
we stay just for a little while? Catch our breath before we head back out there.
I don't have time to take a break. Mary could be out there, waiting for me.
I know. It's just this place, this whole thing, it's like a nightmare. I just wanted to get away from it, even for a second. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
See the butterflies on the neon
Sorry,
sign
I
behind her too.
I guess this place is getting to me too.
This is an interesting scene. So there is crud on his arm still. His hand isn't as dirty, but you can still see a dampening, like damp
Thinking she could
clothes,
be here.
dirty clothes, on the right arm. So it's still there. I don't know why it went away
Crazy is
earlier.
one word for it, I guess.
So good, I'm not crazy. They just said the word crazy, even though we don't say that word a lot. But
What's that?
hopeful.
Well, that's a nicer way of putting it.
see, she kind of looks at James and sees like a possible way out, right, or a future or something. The Maria part of her. But James doesn't see that when he looks at her.
What are
He
you
sees
doing?
the past.
Something to take the edge off.
And so it's going to keep them disconnected emotionally through this, and is why I think in the end, because James pushes her away, because in his brain he's like, this is not Mary,
You sure?
like deep in his brain he's like, this can't be her, there's no way.
Fine.
I think because of that,
Be that
he's that
Here's
resistance
to-
he has towards her, and some of the things that happen to Maria in this
way to hope.
through Red Pyramid and other things, that builds her resentment, and she gives him one last chance at towards the end, right, where she's like, you sure you don't want to go down this path with me and just let me be your Mary? So she definitely has
Fine.
those, you know, I don't know, she's very clingy, I guess. But
Ready when you are.
like I said, when she sees James, I feel like she sees a potential future. And when James looks at her, he sees like a broken past, you know. And I think that, in my eyes, kind of sums up a lot of the actions that each of them take in this game, to where you might be like, I don't understand why James did this to her. There's a reference to Silent Hill 1. But you're like, why did James do that to her? Why did he act that way towards her? And I think if you look at it through that lens of like, well, he sees the past, but it's an uncertain, broken mirror version of it, possibly. And then she is, looks at him as a potential future. I think that kind of helps sum them up, and some of their actions and the steps they take in this game. I do like this. There's a little thing here.
You gonna dance for me, big guy?
I like that.
I'd pay to see that.
So there's a lost and found. There's a presumably her wallet and her sunglasses and a ring. The ring, we don't know, could be someone else's. This could be her stuff for all we know. But I'm assuming that's her wallet, And that picture there of the long blonde hair is probably her real face, and that's why it's covered. And the Fifth River. Alcohol she was drinking. There's the butterflies, the neon sign. And there's more posters. Yeah, here we go.
Is that you?
See, that's her, but again, her face is... You can't tell that she's... If the thing wasn't blocking her face, you could see that she's not... She does not look like Mary, is my interpretation of that. And her playfulness of like, I don't know, do you want it to be me? I mean, it can be if you want it to be. That's how she is, right? She's very coy and playful with a lot of her answers to direct questions. But that's probably because her job, you know, requires that. She doesn't want to give probably some of the creeps that come into her place of business too much information about her. Toluca Light instead of Coors Light. That's cool. I'm ready.
All right, then. Come on.
Did you rest your feet? Can't be comfortable walking around in those boots. With the heels on them. Running from monsters. I know I couldn't do it. Or can I?
We could come back later if you want. Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
I don't know if we do or can
Any port in the storm, right?
come back here later.
I guess so.
All right. Right. Yeah, okay. So this is the
That's
park,
it?
I think,
A
where
garden?
we see
There's a bit
that
more to
statue
it than that.
that has like that backstory with
You
the witch
say
and
so.
everything. And it kind
I
of,
don't think I've been here before.
I think it kind of mirrors Maria a little bit. I think it's meant to give you, see, that statue up there. I think it's meant to give you a little bit more of a backstory since they didn't do Born from a Wish in this one, which I hope they add something like that in the future, some kind of patch update or something. But they give you this, and they talk about this woman who was cast out, and that's probably how Maria feels a little bit, as a kind of a cast out of society, because of her profession. Again, not me thinking ill of her profession in any way, but I think her thinking of how society interprets her
There's a story
profession.
told around these parts.
And so maybe she feels a little like an
kind of a
outcast.
local legend.
Um,
Tells of a woman who was cast out,
and then she fell in love
sentenced
with
to
a guy,
die on an island.
and
out
she
on the
kind of
lake.
sees James. She's on an island of her own, and she kind of sees
There
James
was
as
a man in town.
the guy who's coming along with the
who
light,
fell madly in love
you know.
with her. And every night,
and she keeps hoping
he
that
would
James
sneak
will
out.
be that guy. She wants, now
go
she has a
across the
void
lake,
in a
bring
way
him
that she wants
food
to
and
have filled.
company.
And like James and like other people who come here,
And every night, she
and
would
like the
stand
people who,
there
like I said, who go to her
on
work,
the shore,
probably.
holding the candle to help
And
him
now
find
she's
his
like, all right,
way.
I'm going to cling to this guy. I'm going to hold on to him
But this one
because
night,
he seems
a terrible storm broke out,
different than the
Caught him
guys
out in
I'm
the
used to
open.
seeing.
and it blew out the candle. Even in darkness,
And that doesn't mean
man would
James is a
not
good
give
guy.
up.
It doesn't mean he's a
he would
bad
not
guy.
turn
Like,
back.
she just sees something in him that's
So he
different.
fought against the raging waters until finally the lake took him. They say even then, the woman never lost hope. She kept coming out at night, kept lighting the candle.
And this story resonates with
To bring
James a
her
little bit too,
beloved
because
home.
now he has battling
To lead
through
him to shore.
the elements to get to the woman he loves. So she
Not
sees
sure
the
how much truth
story
there is to it. It's
as
probably just a
one
fairy
way
tale.
from the woman's point of view, and James is kind of connecting
But she's
here
become something of a local saint.
from the man's
Patron
side of the story,
undying
I
love.
think.
Hence this place.
But he's also kind of getting tired of wasting time.
She's not here.
Yeah.
What?
She's not here.
He feels
Why
like he's
would
kind of
she?
getting...
I don't even remember this place.
He feels like he's being dragged along. Again, he's making it about him. She's making it about her. This is why these two kind of... why they don't match in this game.
Come here.
He's thinking of Mary, and she wishes he would think about her.
It's okay. There's plenty of other places to look. We can still...
Oh,
Come on.